So a friend of mine named Craig was looking at my website, and he saw that 7-inch fillet with the red micarta handle that I made for Cecil, and he wanted one just like that for his brother-in-law. So I'm going to start on that, and then he wanted one of the large chef's knives for himself, also with that red micarta handle. So I'm going to get started on those, and I told him that he watches some YouTube, and I told him I would give him videos on the build. We're going to be building these knives basically simultaneously. So I've got some orders stacked up, which is a good thing, but so consequently what I'm going to do is, rather than get real in depth, I'm going to give about 10 seconds of each phase of the build. Enough to cover every step, and so he can see, start to finish, what it entails to build one of these knives. So step one is just getting the steel marked out to the proper length. We're going to be cutting this off on the bandsaw, and then taking you through the steps after that to all the way to a finished knife. So Craig, thanks a lot, and we'll try to get the essence of the build in these videos, and I'm probably looking at making 2 videos out of this little series, and I hope you enjoy watching them, and I hope you enjoy your knives, but we'll get them done and into the mail for you as soon as we can. Alright, we're cut the length, so now we're going to get the patterns clamped on here. Alright, now I'm going to go get this profile scribed out on both knives, and we'll be over at the bandsaw getting them cut out. There's always that little bump when the weld in the blade runs by. I found a bandsaw blade yet that didn't have that. Alright, we have the blanks profiled out, and so now we're going to go over to the 2x42 inch belt grinder, and we're going to get all this extra metal out of the way, and then we'll come down to profile on the 2x72 inch, where I have just a little bit more control on these contours. Alright, we're going to profile this down till it just touches the layout line on this grinder, and we'll move over to the 2x72 to get it fine-tuned down to where the layout lines just disappear. Then we'll surface grind this. So I am armed with my little water dunk tank to my left, and this is just an aluminum push stick I use because this steel gets hot, and it just keeps my fingers away from the heat. Alright, we have them profiled out, and we have them brightened up. Got the mill finish off them. So now the next step is going to be to reclamp the patterns over the steel blanks, and then we're going to be transferring holes. Now this one is going to get that extra hole down here for my push stick, because this knife is going to get a tapered tang. This one's just going to be a straight tang. On my kitchen knives, that's pretty much all I do. So now we're just making these a little more visible and deeper so it catches the point of the drill a lot easier. I've gotten all the 3/32 holes drilled out, and then I drilled out my 3/16 hole for my push stick, and this one's going to be 1/4 inch for the lanyard liner. Alright, now we'll get the chef's knives drilled out and see you back over at the bench. Alright, holes are all drilled and countersunk. So this knife is ready to go into heat treatment. Now this knife, I'm going to do a few things. I'm going to make my guards and get them drilled out and reamed before this thing goes into heat treatment. And it gives me something to do while they're in heat treatment other than just getting the handle blanks ready. So when we come back, we're going to be over at the milling machine getting the guards pre-drilled and getting those holes reamed for a good tight fit, and then I'll rough shape the guards down, and then both these blades are going to go into heat treatment, and that'll be tomorrow. It's a little late in the day now to start a heat treating phase because it does take all day, so we'll be turning the furnace on these things early in the morning before the sun comes up, and see if we can't get these things out of the heat treatment sometime tomorrow and get on with it.